Have you ever wondered why discipline feels harder when you are emotionally tired? Discipline may feel harder not because you're undisciplined, but because you're emotionally tired. There are seasons where doing what used to feel easy suddenly feels heavy. This presentation is going to explain why emotional fatigue impact discipline. And this goes to, I would say, people who, you have built discipline. You know that you created some great habits, and on a normal day to day, you are able to accomplish these things. But, you find yourself struggling. You find yourself feeling like unmotivated. You finding yourself struggling because you are emotionally tired. You feel like fatigue. You feel that, maybe feeling like, okay, I am not able to accomplish or achieve the weight that I normally lift, or on a daily basis, on good days. And you have to push yourself harder. Okay, so welcome to Rise with Purpose, where we focus on becoming strong in body, healed in mind, and grounded in faith. And I'm Layla, and I want to have this discussion with you. And it's something that I have overcome and or I go through. In this channel, we want to be transparent, and these are things that maybe you follow people on YouTube and you see that they constantly posting their resetting routines or talking to you about they struggle even when they discipline or feeling overwhelmed or feeling tired at times. Okay. What does emotional fatigue means? Emotional fatigue is not laziness. So when you are feeling emotionally fatigued, don't go to your character. Don't go into, speaking negative about you, or thinking that you are lazy, that, you're going backwards. Okay. When you are emotionally fatigued, it's not because you're lazy. Okay. This normally results from prolonged stress. Okay. Caregiving and responsibilities. Sometimes you become emotionally fatigued, you becoming emotionally tired because of the responsibilities you're carrying. Maybe you're a parent. Maybe you take care of your elders. You have a career or a job that demands a lot from you. And this can make disciplines feels heavier at times. So it's like you may be disciplined, but it feels heavy. Like it's heavy on you on a daily basis to push yourself. And when you are fatigued, you normally lose motivation. Okay, motivation may not be there when you are emotionally fatigued. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe this has been something that has been happening to you, or you have experienced it. So when we are emotionally fatigued, when emotional fatigue is present, the body prioritizes safety. So we want to look at why your body respond the way it respond when you are feeling fatigue. Okay, so in the moments like this, your body prioritize safety over performance. Okay, it's like it wants to store energy to maintain your body safe, and instead of trying to perform. Okay, so you feel like less energetic throughout the day. You feel, maybe like, I don't know, for me, when I'm working out, it's like, oh my God, it's like your body feels like it doesn't want to move. It doesn't want to go. You show up, you're there. So it's important that you show up, but, you feel that you're struggling with moving, or you're struggling with the energy. So let's look at why discipline feels harder. Okay, discipline relies on self-regulation. Self-regulation normally manage your emotion, your thoughts, and behavior. Okay, so it uses emotion and cognitive capacity. Capacity can become depleted. So now let's look at why discipline feels hard when we are when we are at this stage of fatigue and emotionally tired. Let's connect it to science in our living experience. Okay, discipline actually relies on something called self-regulation. And self-regulation is the ability to manage our thoughts, ability to manage your emotions, ability to manage your impulse and behaviors. But what people So let's look at why discipline feels harder at this stage. Why discipline feels harder when we are emotionally tired. Discipline actually relies on something called self-regulation. How we regulate our emotions, our thoughts, impulses, and behavior in a given moment. What most people don't realize is that self-regulation uses emotional capacity and your cognitive capacity. It takes mental energy. It takes emotional energy. So when we be making a lot of decisions and we holding a lot of responsibilities, or emotionally showing up all day, you have responsibilities that you have to show up for. You may be a caregiver, you may be a parent, you have a career, a job, and throughout the day you managing these things. You have all these responsibilities, all these things that you have to think about. You could be raising a teenager, you could be raising multiple children, and maybe married, maybe have a relationship, you have families, you may be dealing with hormonal changes, you may be dealing with things that happen throughout the day. All these things takes your emotional capacity. It takes energy. And sometimes it makes you feel tired. And sometimes it make you feel, if you're somebody who's dealing with depression or anxiety, you may start to feel like, triggered. You may start to feel that you are struggling emotionally, mentally. You start to feel that it's taking a lot of energy from you. So when we are feeling like this, discipline feels harder. So that's why I say, don't look at yourself as you lazy or you going backwards when you are feeling tired. Have some grace for yourself. Take some time to reflect. Take some time to pay attention. What is going on in my body? Why am I feeling like this? So sometimes it takes taking a step back and doing something that your body will feel safe. Because your body is working, trying to be safe. So imagine you constantly continue to go that route. You pushing. Yeah, it's important that we work out. It's important that we do the things that we have in place to do on our daily basis. But it's important that we pay attention what is going on. And it's important that we understand that our body needs to feel safe. We need to be aligned. We need to be aligned with our mind, our body, and our spirit. When it's not aligned, you'll find yourself struggling. You'll find yourself finding it harder to achieve your goals. And maybe even burn out. Maybe even giving up. Right? Because it's okay to make small changes at times when we are under these type of conditions. You show up. Maybe the intensity of your workout is not the same as you normally do. Maybe the way you show up looks different on a daily basis. So you show up and then just pay attention to and be aware of what's going on. Make sure that you not, if like I'm using workout because that's a place where I take care of myself. That's a place where I'm able to regulate my emotion is, and in this season is paying attention that I'm not judging myself and paying attention that I'm working out from a perspective of love, approach of love and not hate. And that I'm embracing my body to say, hey, we are safe, we push, we rest, maybe we'll rest longer, maybe I lift it lighter, maybe a normal lift may look like I have to run today or walk, but be aware that your body needs to feel safe with you as well, that we're not constantly putting our body through punishments. So I give you example when you are lifting weight, right? When you are lifting weights, when your muscle already feel fatigue, your system start to reserve energy, not refusing discipline. You may have to take a rest. You may have to pause for a longer period to allow yourself to center, to allow yourself to align and to rest and regain the energy so you can go again. So on our daily basis, when we're constantly pushing, when we're constantly showing up, when we're constantly doing, there may be a moment when you have to stop and listen. Stop and listen. Don't do anything. And when we listen, rest. Because when we try to make decisions right away, you are also using energy and you're constantly pushing. You're still doing. We listen, we rest, then we make a decision. What do I need to do next? What can I do to feel less tired and fatigued? What loads maybe I need to let go of? Or what things am I doing that is not necessary right now? What loads can I ask for support? Like, do I need support from other people? Okay. And this does not mean taking a rest does not mean you're lazy. Taking a rest does not mean that you're undisciplined. Taking a rest is not meaning that you're going backwards. Okay. In reality, it's this is a capacity signal. So when you take those moments to rest, you come back and collect your thoughts. You reflect and you take actions. Okay, and you take actions. You know what you need to do. You know how to take care of yourself. Do the things that helps you to regulate your system. For me, the best way to regulate my system is to work out. But sometimes, like especially in this season, I would say I'm over 40. Feeling like I'm going through hormonal changes and all these changes that's happening in my body. What used to feel normal, what used to feel like it's my way of coping or it's my way of healing, is starting to feel hard. So I realized that working out was becoming less fun, was becoming less of a pleasure thing that I do to center myself and to make my body feel safe. It shifted to me now feeling unsafe because I'm working out from a perspective of judgment of my body. I'm working out like more, it became more like a punishment. And you don't want your workout to become like punishment. And the reason why I say this, I think that the wellness, the purpose of wellness is shifting. The way society and everyone is looking at it or presenting it is shifting. So now it's becoming no longer healthy. It's no longer becoming what makes your body feel safe because you're not doing it from a viewpoint of love, of, self-care. You picking on body parts and you looking at it with disgust, or, you feeling like not pretty. You feeling that, you don't fit the norm. So now that's no longer safety. That's no longer wellness, okay? It becomes something that's actually pulling from you, pulling more energy from you emotionally. It's pulling a lot from you mentally. It's pulling a lot from you spiritually. So in making this video, I wanted to remind you that, because I think the other day I made a statement. I said, be careful that what had set you free does not become the chain for you. Because, we can get set free. We can learn to use a tool, and we learn how to find freedom in it and find healing. And then eventually we realize that now that tool that free us now is becoming the chain, because our perspective, our mind has shifted the way we see it. or your hormones has shifted, your body shifted, your mindset has shifted. So now you using working out becomes a duty, a job, and it's supposed to be something for your health, something to align you, to center you. So I'm challenging you to reflect. If you are feeling tired, overwhelmed, you are feeling fatigue, pay attention if the things you're doing on your daily basis, the habits you have created, which maybe was what brought you freedom. How are you looking at it now? From what lens are you doing these things now? Because when you go online, you go on social media, you go everywhere, what I see most people struggling with is like their body image now. So now they in the gym, not because they want to take care of their health or or feel safe in their body, but it's because they don't feel safe in their body. So now it's like it becomes a punishment. Okay, some people work out from like they punish their body. They punish their body to become under submission. There was moments that I worked out to punish myself, to put myself under submission, to help my body understand that it needs to be under submission. Okay, that it's my servant, it's not my master, right? So, and I created discipline. Okay, so when you create a discipline, you might find that you have to, it's like you're putting yourself to a punishment because you're putting yourself to do something that you don't like to do, to shift your mindset, to help yourself to become more disciplined, to help yourself to, to stick with the plan. Okay. But be careful because, sometimes your body feels tired. Okay. You can be somebody who is very disciplined, but you're feeling fatigue. You're feeling that something is happening. So what I'm asking you is just to stop and listen. Stop and listen and pay attention that maybe there's other things that you need to implement in your daily life, like taking care of your body in other ways, loving more on yourself, no comparison, not speak over your body with shame, not doing things just because somebody else is doing, but doing what makes you feel safe in your body. What makes you feel aligned spiritually, what makes you feel strong mentally and physically. All right. So I hope this is helping you. And let's look at how faith, how we can integrate our faith into this. Because for me, when I look at the mind, the body, and the spirit, when I wanted to go through healing, when I wanted to heal, I needed to look at these three perspectives. And I came to a place that I would say faith comes first before everything for me. Why? Because some days when it's hard, when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm tired, it takes me praying. It takes me understanding that God is with me. It takes me speaking the word of God over myself, affirming those words over myself, to shift my mindset, to shift my energy, and to feel safer in my body. So then I can go and work out and then help my body to heal, help my body to feel happy and stronger. Okay. God values abiding, not striving. So it's like God loves when we abide in Him. Okay, when we stay connected with Him. It's not that, we constantly have to be striving. I think we're in a society where, even for myself, it's like, if you're not doing, you feel like you're not enough. Or if you're not doing, you feel like you don't have no values. If you're not constantly moving throughout the day, you feel that, you have lost your discipline, you are lazy. No, sometimes you need to abide, you need to stop, okay, and stay close to the Lord so you can hear. Renewal comes from rest. For us to renew, reset, we need to sometimes be in a place of no pressure, okay. But you also have to be careful, because some people, they rest in, like, I'm not saying take a whole year, 3 months, 4 months, and not take care of yourself. Okay. because now you're going to lose the momentum. You just need to pay attention to see how much I need to stop in rest for today. For example, the other day I had my menstrual cycle, and I normally like I said, workout became like a punishment. So it's like it doesn't matter how I feel, it doesn't matter what's going on. I have to go work out. I go and go and go. But then now that I'm 41, my body's shifting. It's like I need some rest. And like there's days that I wouldn't even want to take a rest. I want to work out 7 days. Like I need to take a rest. It's like I can feel the tiredness in my body. Why? Because a lot of things is shifting in my life. My children are growing. The responsibilities are growing. And my I would say ambition is growing. So that means there is more things that I'm thinking about throughout the day. There's more things that I feel I'm responsible for, and those things takes energy. So sometimes I need to give myself a moment of rest. And I know other people, some people would contradict this. They'll say, you have to be doing. No, I think we start to shift into a world of lies, a world that we no longer live in. We're no longer present. We just want to prove that we are enough. And it's coming from a place of trauma. It's not coming from a place of healing. Okay? When we traumatize, we go into the doing because there's things that we feel that we are lacking. There's things that there's potentials within ourselves that we feel needs to be flourishing, coming out. So there's a process, but there's a time that when we arrive, that we start to pay attention that every day I rise with purpose. Every day I rise with purpose in all areas of my life. It's not having a purpose, not just, I think Tony Robson was saying this. I was listening to one of the things he said, and I was like, it shifted my thinking a little bit. It's like, purpose is not, it doesn't have to be this huge dimensional thing. A purpose can be how you show up in your marriage. A purpose can be how you show up at the gym. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? How you show up for your children, how you show up at your work, how you show up to others. Every day is like being intentional about how we show. Why am I having this interaction in what I want to bring out to the world? Okay, what I want to take from this experience. So let's go back to, I would say, being unique, being yourself. We don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. It's good to get motivation from other people. It's good to get inspired from other people. It's good to get counsel by other people. But the point of being in being counseled, the point of finding all these tools is that you can come to yourself. I think like even myself got to a place. It's almost like in trying to. It's like you're trying to find yourself, you lose your true self. Right? So it's like in everything, it's like you're unpacking, you're removing things when you're taking care of yourself. And then, you're learning these skills is that you unpack everything that have been poured in that no longer serve, that is starving your true self, the true potential that God placed within yourself, the true purpose that God has for you, instead of what everyone else has poured onto you, and then the expectations they have to come out of you, and they are not your God. Okay, let's reflect a little bit. So when you are feeling this tired, you're feeling this way, let's think about what discipline act that you could do that would feel supportive instead of punishment today. And for example, short walks, stretching, quiet prayers, earlier bedtime, spending time with the Lord. Pause before judging yourself. Take some time more often and pause before you judge yourself. Ask what your body and heart are carrying. Sometimes the most important, the most disciplined action is listening. And I think that we don't listen often. We don't listen often. We don't listen to the internal voice. We don't listen to the voice of God often. We just want to do. So You no longer have to fight to prove anything to anyone. The only person you proving something to is yourself. Okay, I'm speaking to adults here. We have to come to a place of embracing our journey, where we at, so we can see the vision, how to move forward to where we're going. There's seasoning stages that we go through. There's moments that we feel like everything we do is to show our values. Like we want to show people that we are valued. I don't know about you, but I had a moment like that. I want to show people that I have value. But I'm in a stage where it's like, no, I want to show you my value. I want to bring out what I have to serve you, not to prove to you. So the perspective shifted. All right. So if this video have helped you, if you feel that this is something you're struggling with, you can relate to this, and you have any feedback, you can comment, share, like, okay? Subscribe to the channel so we can talk more. There's a lot more that I would like to bring. I think there's a shift in the atmosphere. There's a shift in my mind. There's some concerns and observation, and I feel that we need to do something about it. Stay blessed, stay tuned for more to come. Have you ever wondered why discipline feels harder when you are emotionally tired? Discipline may feel harder not because you're undisciplined, but because you're emotionally tired. There are seasons where doing what used to feel easy suddenly feels heavy. This presentation is going to explain why emotional fatigue impact discipline. And this goes to, I would say, people who, you have built discipline. You know that you created some great habits, and on a normal day to day, you are able to accomplish these things. But you find yourself struggling. You find yourself feeling like unmotivated. You finding yourself struggling because you are emotionally tired. You feel like fatigue. You feel that maybe feeling like, okay, I am not able to accomplish or achieve the weight that I normally lift on on a daily basis on good days. and you have to push yourself harder. Okay, so welcome to Rise with Purpose, where we focus on becoming strong in body, healed in mind, and grounded in faith. And I'm Layla, and I want to have this discussion with you. And it's something that I have overcome and or I go through. In this channel, we want to be transparent, and these are things that maybe you follow people on YouTube and you see that they constantly posting, they resetting routines or talking to you about they struggle even when they discipline or are feeling overwhelmed or feeling tired at times. Okay. What does emotional fatigue means? Emotional fatigue is not laziness. So when you are feeling emotionally fatigued, don't go to your character. Don't go into speaking negative about you, or thinking that you are lazy, that you're going backwards. Okay, when you are emotionally fatigued, it's not because you're lazy. Okay. This normally results from prolonged stress, okay, caregiving, and responsibilities. Sometimes you become emotionally fatigued, you becoming emotionally tired because of the responsibilities you're carrying. Maybe you're a parent. Maybe you take care of your elders. You have a career or a job that demands a lot from you. And this can make disciplines feels heavier at times. So it's like you may be disciplined, but it feels heavy. Like it's heavy on you on a daily basis to push yourself. And when you are fatigued, you normally lose motivation. Okay, motivation may not be there when you are emotionally fatigued. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe this has been something that has been happening to you, or you have experienced it. So when we are emotionally fatigued, when emotional fatigue is present, the body prioritizes safety. So we want to look at why your body respond the way you respond when you are feeling fatigue. Okay, so in the moments like this, your body prioritize safety over performance. Okay, it's like it wants to store energy to maintain your body safe, and instead of trying to perform. Okay, so you feel like less energetic throughout the day. You feel maybe like I don't know, for me, when I'm working out, it's like, oh my God, it's like your body feels like it doesn't want to move, it doesn't want to go. You show up, you're there. So it's important that you show up, but you feel that you're struggling with moving, or you're struggling with the energy. So let's look at why discipline feels harder. Okay, discipline relies on self-regulation. Self-regulation normally manage your emotion, your thoughts, and behavior. Okay, so it uses emotion and cognitive capacity. Capacity can become depleted.